college debut for you Saturday, and you come up with a pretty crucial play on that fourth down swat. Just kind of take me through, what that play looked like for you, and just kind of the whole atmosphere and environment of getting your first college snaps.
Um, if I remember correctly, it was fourth and 2, and so what's going through my mind is this is probably the best moment of my life. I've been waiting for this, and I went through a whole bunch till I get to like that spot. I was fighting with Nusi. I was fighting with a whole bunch of older people, and so like when I got like that pat down, it was probably one of the greatest moments. I stared at my mom. I looked at her, and she was smiling back. And it was a feeling, man. It was good.
You injured most of last season. You come back. You guys are very deep at that defensive tackle position. Especially having veterans. How much did you kind of have to motivate yourself through that injury, knowing that there was an end in sight to kind of get back and get into the rotation?
As you probably know, it was like a pretty serious injury, and so I had to push myself every day, just like that mindset, always in the weight room, always pushing myself. And Coach Calgis, man, remember, like he came in, I was already injured. He pushed me. His rehab is something else. And just every day, he just worked with me, trained me, and he was always telling me I could do my best. I was always pushing myself.
What was the nature of the injury, if you don't mind?
It was a Liz Frank injury.
Okay.
And so some screws and plates, just stuff like that.
You get back, and just kind of as I said, you've got Antonio Pule, you've got Amir, you've got Amir Crowder, you've got Nusi, you've got so many Christian Mejia, you have so many veterans in that room. Was there a point where it's like, wow, it's going to really be hard for me to kind of get to this, and then and here you are now, and you're kind of firmly in that defensive tackle rotation?
Well, as any young athlete coming into like a room full of like 24, 23-year-old men, you always think like, am I gonna be able to play here? But as time goes on, you learn like I could just learn from them, instead of like that mindset like I'm not gonna play. And so I learned a lot from Pule. And then when Noose came in, like Noose's like mindset is like nothing else. Man always drives every day, always in the meeting rooms, always watching films. So like I learned a lot from him.
Is there one maybe veteran guy on this team that you maybe feel like you kind of model yourself after the most, or kind of have the most similarities to in terms of skill set?
I would say probably Christian Mejia, just with his raw strength and like his speed.
And then, just in terms of getting back, to being fully healthy, was that SWAT, was that kind of like that moment that kind of clicked for you, like, okay, I'm back, I, can prove to myself I can do this, I can get at this level, I can be a part of this rotation at the Pac-12, in Pac-12 competition?
Yeah, it was after spring ball, and so Coach Calgis brings me in the room, and then he sat me down, and he was like, that was a hell of like a spring game, and he was like, I want you to play. And it's like the whole spring practice, I only played probably about 1 week, and I went straight into like the spring game, and he sat me down and he was like, I want you to play this year.